Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Today is H.P. Lovecraft's 129th birthday. All right! The campaign that we are playing is entitled At Your Door. It was written by Ellen Eisenwell, Mark Morrison, Barbara Manoui, Chris Adams, Scott D. Anielowski, and Herbert Hike. I'm your game master, and this is episode 28. Our recap will be given by Brian Daly as his character, Dr. Jonathan Leach. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Brian?
All right, area code and wait, international, right? Okay, there we go. Oh, hi, Jack. Yeah, it's good to hear from you. Yeah, it's Dr. Leach. Is Claire there? Could you put her on? Thanks. Hey, Claire. Any lab explosions lately? Yeah, that's good to hear. All right. The next 2 days are going to be a little hectic on my end, so you probably won't hear from me for a little bit. I'll fax my full wilderness report to the lab office in about 10 minutes. Could you make sure to grab that and then seal it in an envelope labeled for Jadic's eyes only? Thanks. That should help a little bit with the mole problem. So I don't know if you've heard much about Desmond and Margaret's fancy dinner party, but it confirmed some of our suspicions. They noticed that his eyes kept changing color. Also, the statue is being kept on display in the same room as a certain stolen book. It's pronounced not Noptic, but yes. A police raid was my initial thought too, but it was decided that we need to act faster than the law allowed. Yeah, this could well be the most dangerous thing we've done. Anyway, we've got the beginnings of a plan. I'm going to rig up a toxic dart or two for Ethan's dart gun, and we'll see if we can get a hold of what we can get a hold of to aid our friend in chilling out. Egress shouldn't be too much of a problem. We didn't notice many cameras or alarms. Yeah, I'll have a contingency package or two in case things go sideways. Before I go and fax that report, just know, well, we're doing the best we can, and we're trying to stop people from getting hurt. No matter what you might see in the next few days, just remember that and wish us luck. Who knows? Maybe this will all go off without a hitch, and the world will be rid of a creepy snake. Yep. Take care, Claire.
Excellent. And that was your assistant? Okay. All right. What are you guys going to do?
I mean, first bask in the glory that Jack actually did something. He handed the phone to Claire. I'm impressed.
Well, he was actually done with his assignment.
Lazy bastard.
Marathoned that crap. That kid's gonna need some therapy.
Yeah. Are we the next day? So is Margaret and Desmond coming down from their high?
Yeah, we'll say that it's in fact around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
You got home, you crashed hard.
Okay.
And so Heather, you took the first shift with binocularing the cube, right?
Yep.
All right.
I don't think I saw anything.
Yeah, who wants the next one?
Okay, now what are you doing?
We just were doing a stakeout, just watching the cube, the Citadel.
For any activity?
Yeah.
Well, you do see a lot of people coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
Tourists coming and going. You do notice you've begun to realize that there are a couple of company vehicles. The big white limo belongs to Lully, but there are a couple of more utility, I don't know what you call them, SUVs.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen those come and go a couple of times. Lully's truck, limo has not left.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And it's probably pretty quiet on a Monday there, I would think.
Yeah. Except for there's still some
But
tourists.
there's still tourists in the gift shop.
Dr. Evans and Dr. Flores, you are just waking up and pulling yourselves together. You're pretty groggy. You're hungry. Dr. Ethan, where are you?
I would assume I was going to take the next watch, so probably resting in the hotel.
Okay. Also, you could see Dr. Leash and Dr. Mills. The top floor, when it's lit up at night, you can see it's mirrored, but when there's lights on upstairs, it's lit.
Okay. All right.
Is there much activity inside? Or
Well, you can't really see. It's 8 stories up, but you could see that most of it is lit 24 hours. There might be some dark areas where maybe there's a bedroom. There were other parts of it that you didn't see that were through other double doors, and so.
okay.
All right. Well, I was thinking we might want to get something that if we do run into someone that we don't want to actually hurt, but could still incapacitate. And I've got my mace and everything, but spray mace. But just like
Yeah,
a taser. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to.
Mace is kind of noisy. Not the mace itself, but the aftermath.
The person
The
screaming.
screaming.
Yeah.
That'll
They
bring.
have
attention.
effective tasers in the 90s.
I think they
I know
did
of.
because Die Hard 2 came out and they had a taser in that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my
Projectile taser or like
No,
cattle prod.
yeah, like the one with the 2 little things and the
Okay.
little lightning goes in between.
And we have the Trank pistol too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just don't swap the toxic darts for sleepy ones. We should label those.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not labeled already.
Well, when we make them,
Hmm.
we have to at least wait until the floral shop's open.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how long I've been out.
How many azaleas are you going to need?
It's a good question. What's the volume of your darts there, Ethan?
I tell
wait.
them what.
Dr. Leash and Dr. Evans and Dr. Flores, you're not in the same place.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
You can say that you told them how much.
okay.
A lot.
All right. Yeah.
I don't have to buy the azaleas.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to just knock on Dr. Evans' door and ask her if she wants to join me for coffee and I don't know, a porterhouse steak breakfast or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. How do you do this all the time? Oh.
This is my third.
I mean, I only had one before, but Jenny knocked us all out, so I didn't really get the full experience. Oh my goodness.
So you guys go downstairs to have some breakfast. The rest of you, nothing much is happening. Dr. Ethan, it's probably about time that you... I think you're probably waiting for them to come back before you go out.
That's what I thought. And I was kind of just staying at the hotel because these two are incapacitated also. So I think we dumped them both in the same rooms just so we could keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
We put them together.
Yes, we were so tired we imagined that there was a door.
So when they
You're
get
the
up,
happy couple.
I'll just go down with them to eat and wait for the return of the others.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any idea how we can knock the power out there, Dr. Leash?
Well, around the back side, it looks like they've got the the input and their connection to the grid.
Mm-hmm.
They look like high voltage wires, high tension wires.
Let's see. What
Yeah,
are the?
I'm not good with electronics, so
That's one thing I don't know about. What are the wires made out of? You think we could thermite them?
Well, they're probably wrapped around steel cable, or there's
Yeah.
steel cable wrapped around them. I don't know.
Or we could just smack it with an axe that's got plastic handle or something.
all right.
Well,
Something insulating.
each tower is what, maybe 30 or 40 feet high?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where does the building itself connect?
It connects in the back at the, I forget what the junction is called. They're obviously drawing quite a bit of power because they've got a TV radio station. And
I would imagine they've got metered connections, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah, well, just attack it there.
Yeah, you can see a place where it probably all goes into a big room, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Connection room. It goes in through the roof and cables.
Yeah.
Heck, there might be a big old off switch, aka a breaker, but
Yeah, there would be in the back room. Somebody
Yeah.
would turn everything off.
Yeah, but then we'd have to already be in to get that. So, I mean, if that's our only choice. That's our only choice. But
yeah.
But anyway, so want to go get shopping for some things.
Yep.
So I don't know where you would find non-lethal weapons at, but
Well, I'll give you a list of things to and some things to talk about while you're getting them.
okay.
Definitely don't get any of these in the same location.
Yeah. Oh, of course not.
We'll do some luck rolls to see how long it takes you to find a place.
All right.
Other than that, you're coming back to the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I failed by 5.
Okay. That means for the first hour, you're not going to be able to find anything.
Right.
And you can roll every hour to see when you finally discover something. All right, so you guys return to the hotel. Dr. Liege and the 5 of you are together once again down in the lobby.
If it helps at all with searching, I rolled a 16 on a luck roll, which is a hard.
Okay, so you find a sporting goods place that has weapons, but it also has a taser, the kind that you push up against somebody and it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excellent.
Have you considered bear spray?
No, we hadn't considered it. I mean, it has I'm all for a spray repellent like that. It comes with the same drawback that my mace does, is that I'm sure bear spray probably hurts people's eyes pretty bad too. So they'd make a lot of noise.
They scream.
I think with the bear spray, we don't care if it hurts the people's eyes. I think we care if it hurts I think we care if it hurts eyes that have a habit of changing color.
Oh yeah, I want anything to hurt that thing. But yeah.
And if you're spraying off bear spray inside, you have a high chance of it hitting you also.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
What if we get something to puncture the can after we throw it?
Well, I got my crowbar also, so if it comes to it, I can start smacking people.
I mean, what's our actual game plan here? Are we trying to take out this false reverend? Is that what we're?
I think that's because if we go in and just do a smash and grab for the book and literal smash on the statue, I'm not sure if we'll get another really good shot at preventing more slasher deaths. I think we go. I think it would be best if we did some one-stop shopping for once.
Okay.
Well, do we want to prepare a more serious set of instructions for our assistants in case something happens to us tonight?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Claire's
Yeah,
pretty good at playing it by ear, but I'm not sure if your guys's. How are your students get with that?
We'll see you put together a complete report of what's going on to send to your assistants in the event that that something happens to you.
Right. Good. All right.
So what time are we thinking about? Do we have any idea about the pattern of activity at the Citadel?
I was thinking cover of darkness, like 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's August in Toronto.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot, and the sun's going to be up pretty late. So yeah.
Now you were mentioning electrical poles. Were they very sturdy? Could we maybe rent another vehicle, throw a brick on the gas pedal, and let it knock the thing down and
That
take out the
probably
power?
wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work. Okay. Still, all right. That's
Yeah, and that's very easily traceable back to us. It's a rental.
the cargo we reported stolen.
It still points right back at you.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we just break into the. Yeah. Break in, look for a breaker. Lots of breaking.
it's very likely that on the back of the building there is a housing structure for the electrical coming in, and if you monitor the security, I mean, it's not like a high prison. It's not like they've got 40 people walking around all the time. They don't expect somebody to break into their electrical thing and short out the whole building.
Right. Yeah.
It's like they're kind of trusting, but
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we get in, we turn off the power. Then what? Are we going to search the entire Citadel for him? Do we have a location?
Well, there's one thing. If we break in to turn off the power, then the alarm is going to go off when we break in. So we want to try to get the power from outside to stop the alarm. The problem is that once we turn off the power, it's 8 stories up to where he lives without elevators.
That's what my next point.
So we're like huffing up fire stairs for 20 minutes.
We might need one person to take care of the breaker.
Walkie-talkies.
Uh-huh.
Once you get up there, you cut the power. So they can't. And phone lines too.
Yeah, the phone lines.
We might not even need to take the power out. We just might need to take the phone lines out.
Yeah.
I assume that there's, I assume he keeps most of his money in the bank, but unless he does it Sunday deposit somehow special, he's got his Sunday taken somewhere in there.
I'm
so
sure
there's got to be a safe for that,
right?
Which is going to be substantial, which means there's going to be some kind of electrical alarm system to deal with, not just phones. It might go straight to the police department, and then we're not going to have time for much, even with endurance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is, I mean, with the endurance chant, how concerned are we really about 8 flights of stairs?
That's a good point, although we've never tried to take it twice in 48 hours. We might not be able to do it.
We can find a location, let's say a half a mile from the Citadel, find a payphone, call in an emergency, and track the response time of the police and get it down to how many minutes? 5 minutes, you know.
Why don't a couple of you do some idea rolls?
Yeah. We're flailing. God. Exact same.
A 14 would be an extreme success.
Oh, cool. Well, that's what I was looking for, was an extreme. It's very likely that most of the floors will be almost entirely empty, except maybe for cleaning crews at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what you said earlier.
Mhm.
They certainly won't be producing their TV show or the magazine or anything like that that late of an hour. There'll be security on the first floor, most likely. But above that, probably nothing until you get to the 8th floor. It's very likely also, if they run it like a business, they get their collection, all of their money together, and then they probably have an armed escort to go directly to the bank, you know, let's say at 4 p.m. after it's all over. Because they probably aren't equipped to just have all of that money lying around. It's better just to get it to the bank like a business would.
Yeah, armored car, pick it up. Yeah.
Well, they probably just have one guy who puts it in a bag and sits in the back of a police car, and they take him to the bank, and I used to do that.
And there are Sunday deposits, we think, or there's an automatic deposit?
I don't know. Maybe they do something specifically for when you got money.
They might even have one of those
I
big
didn't think
business
that's-
deposits where they wrap it up, label it, and throw it in the chute.
No, that's not likely. What they would do is they would have to count that money once it gets to the bank. And they want you to sit there while they count it. At least they used to make me sit there while they literally counted it in front of me.
Yeah. All right. So, but that's a good point about the elevator. So maybe keep the power on. Just go in. We can cut the phone lines and just go.
You can also bank on the idea that the security guards who work there probably in the last 10 years have never seen anything ever happen.
Yeah.
So they're probably just sitting there reading their books.
All right. I mean, the place is going to be basically deserted.
I'm not so much worried about the skeleton overnight security staff as I am alerting the police or the reptiles preacher.
Mm-hmm.
If we could get near the reptile preacher before he knew there was intrusion, that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to get some more coffee, Margaret. Do you want more?
Yes, please.
Okay. So so did Dr. Lee just roll find our stuff then? Yeah, he said it did. So we have our tasers, we got our clubs.
Where are you going to cook down your azaleas, Dr. Leach?
Well, we have a stove in the room, right?
Sure.
Does it have an exhaust? Stove hood?
Probably not. It's just for, yeah, okay, there's a stove hood.
I mean, it's gonna smell fine.
Yeah. Who's cooking azaleas?
And you know, before we make our entrance attempt, I mean, it's gonna be nice if anybody has any lights on in there. I'm sure we'll be able to just see them moving around because the whole building is glass.
Yeah, we're approaching from the back where there wasn't a lot of street lights or anything. So
Yeah, that also means that people will be able to see us too from outside.
Is the backside all glass as well? The outside of it?
Part of it is.
Okay. Like the upper floors?
Yeah, all the upper floors are. Everything
So I
above
would
that.
imagine the lower is solid.
The level's
for all
got
the
some solid
utilities.
parts to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that gives us some cover.
Yep. All right. All right.
I wonder if the Reverend still sleeps. That's the other thing. It'd be nice if he did, but I don't count on it. We haven't been able to figure out any pattern regarding when the Ripper strikes. It's not like, every 3 days there's another dead body.
Check my news report, see if there was a time.
Dr. Leash, you know anything about cutting glass?
It needs to be really sharp.
I wonder if we could cut a hole in the glass and just let ourselves in.
Maybe.
That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any, what do you think, like a hobby store?
It's got to be someplace to find it.
Hobby store have a glass cutter?
Probably any hardware store would have a glass cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the next run I do, I'll look and see if I can find a glass cutter.
Might be easier to get around cutting through the wall than using any of the alarmed doors. Because I don't think they probably have filament running through the entire glass side of the cube.
Exactly. And if we found a company that does glass installation, tell them we want to buy a glass cutter. I mean, we're going to put it on the company account anyway, so we'll give them a couple extra $100. It's not our money, but we'll get one.
Like I said, it's the kind of thing you
yeah.
can get at Home Depot.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do the hardware store first.
Yeah. Okay.
I can tell them I want it for beer bottles or something.
Yeah, we'll do
Although
that.
we're talking about 1.5 inches or 2 inches of tempered glass. Do the things you can buy publicly work on that?
No, it's not that. Tempered glass isn't that thick. It's still only going to be about like that thick.
Yeah, also with crystalline structures like that, the way a glass cutter works is it doesn't cut all the way through. It just makes a very clean break right where you want it. So it doesn't have to go all the way through. It just.
I think that's the way to go.
All right. Sounds good.
We won't be too technical on this. So.
Right, yeah. We are not professional glass cutters.
Although you're going to make the cut and you're going to tap it, tap, 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 and the entire building shatter.
That'll be
Except
the
for
only
that circle.
circle.
Except for the circle, yeah.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
That reminds me, we should have suction cups to remove the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can buy
those.
those.
Yeah.
You can
We
buy
can
those.
just get a plunger.
Yep.
I like it.
All right.
You got it.
We'll just say these are all things you could readily find available at.
You're not going to make me roll my search hardware store skill.
Hey, we already know you have a 99 in that.
While we're at,
depend on if you ask for assistance. If you ask for assistance, you might never find it.
yeah. While we're at Home Depot, we'll pick up some headlamps just in case.
Yeah.
You know, the little
light,
you
a little elastic band or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll assume you get whatever equipment you need.
Mm-hmm.
You still have most of the day ahead of you, unless you want to skip ahead.
I was going to try and get some rest in the afternoon if we're going to hit it at 2.
Well, let's see. Let's say it's around.
Did we find our flowers?
You wanted azaleas, sure.
Okay.
So you found a number of bouquets of azaleas. You're able to chop them up. You're able to boil them. Boil off the water, make some sort of serum. You have no idea what the potency is.
So you might want ethanol for the extraction.
Okay.
But,
easily enough to get it at drugstore. You just have no idea how lethal it would be, or.
Now, do you want me to do a chemistry thing chemistry roll to get a general idea?
Sure.
Okay.
Either way, it's a shot in the dark. We'll just see if it works. If it don't, it don't.
All right, I'm going to start taking pictures of my rolls because these are stupid.
It's okay,
It's an 8, by the way.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, you're the compound that you're trying to concentrate is definitely concentrated. You have no idea whether it would actually be effective on a snake or a lizard.
Dr. Leash,
We've got concentrated compound K here.
does anybody have a gun? Because I know bullets do work on reptiles. So
No, I don't think any of us are armed.
No. What are the laws like here? Would they let a foreigner just waltz in and buy a gun?
In Canada,
shotgun, maybe that would be the only thing, and I think it would be just for hunting and rental. So you'd have a trail of paperwork out the ass.
Yeah. Let's try and
Yeah.
avoid that.
Yeah, and none of us are plugged into the black market to know where to go.
Did
with that.
the sports store you visited earlier have flare guns? Or would a boat store have a flare gun? Because I think that would have some stopping power.
possibly, yeah.
That you should be able to get.
Ooh.
All right, it's kind of a long shot, but okay, that makes sense. Go, you get a flare gun as you're out there.
And
Now,
pyrotechnics give us many more options.
Mm.
Right in the place, yeah.
While some of you are resting, let's say it's around 5:30. A couple of you go down to the restaurant, get a bite to eat. Who will that be? Okay. All right. So Ethan and Leash, you're sitting downstairs at the restaurant, and you just happen to have chosen a table near the entrance, so you can see out into the lobby. And as you're standing there, you see a gentleman enter the lobby and go over to the concierge and start asking questions. And you are pretty sure he is dressed like the security people over at the Citadel. In fact, he looks a little familiar to you.
I'm going to go to a courtesy phone
Okay.
and call away from the desk. You know how they have them by the elevators? Dial up the room where Margaret and Desmond are in.
All right. The phone rings, Margaret and Desmond.
Hello.
I think we have company. Looks like a security from the Citadel. Get out of the room and go up to
Okay, well,
just take the
go-
elevator up a couple floors or something, and I'll meet you on the 12th floor, so whatever.
okay, yeah. Second. Looks like somebody from Citadel Security has come asking questions at the front desk.
Now, and I turned to Jonathan, I wave him over. I know they don't have the real names, but you never know who's plugged in with our real pictures, just like the other people were.
Right.
Like, like the mermaid knew who we were. Maybe they know our real names, so.
Margaret, let's grab the special equipment for tonight and take it with us.
All right.
It might just be, I'd rather jump the gun than, have them come knocking or whatever. Now, with that, Jonathan, should we go and see if we can get an earshot of them? Is he still talking to the desk?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna know our face. Do you want one of us maybe to try and get an earshot, or just screw it, go to the elevator and meet up?
I'll go back and finish my.
And watch what they do.
Yeah.
And then.
And if you want to get closer, you've actually slightly changed your appearance. I think you've got a better shot at doing that.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Is there a newspaper sitting on one of the?
Yeah, in the lounge sort of area inside the lobby.
I'm gonna have the newspaper with me, stand kind of behind him, like I'm waiting for my turn,
Okay.
but with the newspaper up in front of my face, typical movie, and see if I could hear.
Balls through it.
I'm not going to go that far, but yeah.
By the time you get over to him, you hear him saying that something to the extent of they left something at the Citadel, and we're trying to get a hold of them. And the concierge is like, "Well, I'm sorry, sir. It's hotel policy that I can't reveal any, client information or anything like that." And so he seems a little frustrated. He's trying to put the pressure on, but the concierge, it's a little. She looks like she's maybe 5'5", feisty little woman, and she's like, "I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. I can't get that information out." And finally, he, in frustration, he doesn't say anything. He just turns around and walks away. Do a luck roll.
18, so I
Okay.
passed that.
All right. So he doesn't see you or notice you. Oh yes, sir. Can I help you?
This is today's paper. Do you want to happen to have yesterday's paper anywhere, or were they discarded already?
I don't know. It could be out there in the lobby. You just have to.
I'll take another look. Actually, I didn't even look. I thought they were, and I just kind of like I'm sorry, and I mumbled on myself and walk away. Not rudely, but like, just like.
Dr. Liege, you notice the guy walk out the door, and as you see him walk out the door, he crosses the street. He avoids traffic and crosses the street. He jaywalks, and you see him get into one of those utility cars from the Citadel, and he doesn't drive away. He just sits there.
Fascinating. So I'll finish my brunch, lunch, dinner.
Now, before you all ask, there are plenty of ways out of the hotel other than the front door.
Yeah.
Really? It's the building's up to fire code?
Yeah. No, there's just one little door.
I'll get into the elevator and go up to the 12th floor, so they're not worrying up there.
All right.
Yeah, I'll casually saunter to another elevator and head on up.
What's going on, Dr. Carlisle?
One of the security guards, and he was trying to get information from the concierge, and she was very withholding company policy. Wouldn't give him any information, but I specifically heard the tail end of it, and he said, "But they left something at the Citadel. We really need to get in touch with them," or something vaguely like that.
Yeah, we didn't leave anything there.
Exactly. But
hopefully they can't do anything with your DNA on the steak knife. But yeah, we thought we were made. That verifies it.
Yeah, DNA isn't. Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Right. No, I meant ritual magic more than testing. Right. So they wanted we were to get a one-way trip back to the Citadel, Margaret. I guess they really enjoyed our company.
More than you know, they're sitting out front.
Oh my goodness! And a personal escort back. Well, you make great conversation, honey, especially about ancient, Native American gods,
pagan deities, right? Okay, well, so he's sitting out front. You said.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say? We go out the back and we circle around and find a different hotel.
I don't want to have my hair tinted again.
Well, luckily, their utility cars kind of stick out a little bit. Just a little bit. They're all the same make and color.
Black.
Now, the question here is, should we let him see you and maybe the two of you go out like the loving couple you are, take a little walk around the corner, and we grab them, get some information? But I mean, it's the middle of downtown Toronto, broad daylight. I know it's risky, but what's riskier? going in blind like we are, or maybe knowing a little something. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, you know?
Yeah, I wonder how much force. Dr. Leach, did you see how many people were in the vehicle? This probably
I
has
did.
tinted windows. I mean, I wonder how much force they're willing to employ. I'd love to have the security detail, the most trusted inner guard, following us around while we go and buy cards for our nieces and nephews and see a double feature and generally waste their time.
Yeah, well, you could do the same route that our Wiccan friends took us on. Although that would give away some information.
Yeah, it's an open question whether you want to try to use this opportunity. I mean, what I don't want to do is get in a vehicle with him.
Yeah, I only saw the one guy in front because the windshield's not tinted as per regulation. But there could have been any number of people in the back, depending on how they want to clown car it.
Yeah, and we certainly don't. I mean, if anything, I feel ever more positive that we're not making a mistake about targeting this place. I don't know. How did you feel? Did you feel? And also, the other question is: do we want to be a 5-person team tonight?
Well, if they have security people tailing us, perhaps if we keep them busy, the 2 of us, the 3 others will have a better time.
Yeah, I don't know what's open until 2 in Toronto, but we could definitely try to make them short-staffed or just tired and bored. Again, assuming that they're not going to just grab us as soon as we turn around a quiet street corner.
Well, I mean, we don't have to be anywhere until 2. I mean, if for some reason we swing by the Citadel, somewhere inside of it, for a second, and then we drive off again, that might be able to, instead of trying to fully waste their time, if we can keep their suspicion aimed at the 2 of us, that might encourage them to stake us out at the hotel all night.
I wonder if they're actually going to follow you. And if it's only one person in a vehicle, you're wasting only one person's time and we're losing 2 sets of hands. But if they're willing to follow you, you might get into the car. They start telling you, we're on the walkie-talkies. We'll drive behind. We don't need to follow you because we have walkie-talkie. We know where you're going to go. Drive out to a wooded area, pull off to the side for a flat tire, and then we pull up behind. And if it's only one guy, there's 5 of us.
Dr. Carlisle, you're an angry, angry pacifist.
Didn't say hurt him. I just said, we'll tie him up, and I have the tranquilizer gun. Put him to sleep for a couple hours. Tie him up, drop him off, call it in, deranged man on the side of the road, pour some alcohol on his clothes, and have the police pick him up.
And if there is any sort of shadow shenanigans, we have a relatively controlled test environment for our devices.
And I'm all against hurting humans and animals, but if you're a demon from hell, I'll send you back.
Now, of course, we might just
I
walk
feel
up.
like there was this, that woman just checked out of her room and went to get some ice, and I feel like we're conspicuous here in the 12th floor hallway. Let's go down to the suite.
Yeah.
Continue this conversation. I feel strange holding this flare gun.
Yeah, and these backpacks look a little suspicious too.
Anyway.
Do we have to get identical black ones?
They're trendy. I
want a lamb chop backpack. Find me a lamb chop backpack.
Margaret, do you feel like being guinea pigs? I mean, if we're in a vehicle.
Yeah, I don't mind letting them see us a little bit.
Let's see if there's any rural area we can find on a map in this hotel room so we know where we're going before we just start driving around Toronto. I don't know how far we have to go to get a quiet wooded street, or maybe there's a warehouse district or something, but it's Monday
Well,
afternoon.
The Finleys kind of live somewhere pretty deserted.
Oh, it's true. It's real quiet up around there.
Well, it's
Although-
also affluent.
Right, there's private security probably locally.
But in between here and there's got to be something.
Yeah.
If you go 5 miles out any major city and take an off ramp, you got to have a.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the case in Toronto.
Yeah, I just want to, we want to get in the car quickly before he comes up and tries to smooth talk / coerce us into his vehicle, because then the jig is up.
Let us get
so-
in. I'm sorry, I was going to say, let us get into the other vehicle and be ready. So when you walk out, if something happens, run right back into the hotel, or we could pull around.
Sounds good. Everybody take what they need for intervention.
Did you guys come wake me up? Okay, good. I wake
We
up.
went-
Where'd
we left
everyone
the
go?
boat went down and woke you up.
Some bullshit.
I think
Hey,
my
Heather, we're
Oh,
gonna do a field test of the tasers.
I like it. Let's do it.
If all goes well, we can invent a new form of tag.
All right.
The kids will love it.
I take the loaded, not with the experimental serum, but the regular tranq dart in the pistol in my jacket.
All right. That was a lot of discussion. What are you going to do? Who's going to do what, and in what order?
So from what I understand, Dr. Carlisle, Dr. Leach, and Dr. Mills are going to go get in one car with all the equipment, and then a little after that, myself and Dr. Flores are going to go quite visibly walk to the other rental and clear sight of the van and get in. Kind of, I mean, we don't want to like run to the car, but we also want to get there fast enough that where hopefully he can't come over and talk to us.
Okay, so let's do this. So Dr. Carlisle, Dr. Mills, and Dr. Leach, you exit the building and you head to one car. And a few moments later, Dr. Margaret and Dr. Flores, you head to the other car.
With walkie-talkies active.
That's fine.
Do we see just the one car?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, you can't, yeah, like you say, the windows are tinted. You can't see inside. You're not aware of anything taking place. Well, are you going to drive somewhere?
Yes.
All right. As soon as you pull out and start going, you can see in your rear view mirror that car also pulls out and starts following you. But it's keeping quite a distance. We're going to say it's about 6 o'clock.
So, Margaret, are you driving or shall I be driving?
It's daylight.
You can drive.
All right, then you should walkie the B team and tell them that, in case it isn't obvious, that we are being tailed and we're going toward, it looks like from the map in the rental car, we're going toward Route 22. And they should give us a minute to see if there's anybody else in pursuit before they come our way. Looking at maybe, it looks real green off exit 6.
Yeah, I don't relay all that.
Copy.
All right. So as you drive, he stays a ways back, but he's obviously got his eye on you. When you turn, he turns. When you go, he goes. But he's not rushing forward. He's just following you.
Do we want to stop somewhere so it's not? Do you want to make a few stops before we go out of the city, or do we just want to go out of the city? Because if we drive around in the city and actually don't go anywhere and then leave, that looks a little suspicious on our end.
Now, are
Right.
the other three of you following them?
We don't need to follow. We just need to be within walking distance because we know we're going to exit 3 or whatever.
Okay, well, as you move out of the town, you're going to have to be following because there's just the one road you're on.
Yep.
Okay, but we'll keep, we're
right.
In town we'll be on a block away. And where we can, we'll be on like a frontage road or something.
All right.
Yeah, because we don't need to be in visual because we're already in communication. We're not going to lose them. We know where they're going.
All right.
So we might go to like.
And I don't think I'm not driving sort of randomly. I'm driving toward whatever northwest, whatever looked the most like we could get to a green place soon. The question: do we want to stop for coffee and see what he does? Because I would love some more coffee. Or do we want to get out of town as directly as possible so we can try to arrange this confrontation? And you can ask their opinion. We've got time.
Yeah. So guys, we could stop for. Desmond and I could stop and get something, and see if he stops and comes to talk to us, or see the behavior. But if he does that, then that blows everything.
We already know he's following you. That's not the question. So he'll continue to follow. Let's just proceed with the plan. You get a flat tire a mile off of the thing, wherever you feel you could get it. Radio in that you're gonna be pulling over. We'll speed up, and we execute the plan. Don't give him a chance.
All right. Yep. Let's just head out of town.
Got it.
All right. You head out of town. He heads out of town behind you. How far out of town are you going to go? You're muted.
You're muted.
We're looking for a place where we can't see a residence for a couple minutes, or anything like an active facility.
That's not too long before you find that.
All right, give them the buzz, Margaret. I'm going to take the next left, no matter what it is. The smaller the road, the better.
Yeah, we're getting off. Then I'll relay exactly where. But.
All right. There is a rural road going off to the left. You're going to take that?
Yes.
Nope.
Right.
Are we more shade trees or open field?
Yeah, there's probably pine.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
You turn down that road, and as far as you can see, he keeps going.
So I'm going to slow down and look for a place to turn around and wait, maybe especially if there's some cover. Is it dusty or is it paved?
It's paved, but it's gravel paved.
Uh-huh. All right, so I'm going to look for a turnaround or, some driveway or pathway that I can pause to turn around in from.
Well, you actually end up driving quite a ways because it's too narrow for you to turn, and there's trees in the way. But eventually you come to like a cluster of cabins, and there's enough room for you to turn around. Yeah. Where are the other three of you?
Did we want to stay on this guy?
That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
He'll notice it because we're on a rural road, but oh well.
Yeah,
He stayed on the road.
Yeah, but it's a lonely
road.
road.
We might see where he turns around at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stayed on the main road.
Yeah.
In fact, what you find is that he drives up a little ways, and there is like a gas station or something like that. He pulls in and just uses it as an opportunity to make a Yui. And he makes a Yui, and he starts back down the road. Just as you're pulling into the gas station.
All right, let's stay here for a little bit.
Radio in. He's making a Yui. Not sure if he's coming back to you or not, but he's headed your direction.
Okay, sounds good. Let's. I'm going to drive out away. We've come up against a little group of cabins. I'm going to drive back to greater seclusion and see if he pulls in or goes back and reports that we're on him.
When you get to the end of the road, jump out and open your trunk. Pretend you're getting the spare out or something. See if he stops. We'll be a minute behind, not even.
Well, I think if he sees us coming back down the rural road, he's going to stop either way. Is it even wide enough for two cars to pass comfortably?
Not really.
Right. Easy to prevent a car from going by, in fact, if you turned at an angle in a larger utility vehicle.
All right. 20 minutes go by and no sign of the car.
Okay. Well, lost him.
Well, I guess their training is better than we hoped. But we're not cooped up in the hotel all night.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys precede us back toward the hotel and do a couple of spins around the block and see whether he's still whether he's returned to the roost.
Yep.
I think we should do a different hotel.
We could consider a different hotel, yeah.
Don't we still have those rooms in the other hotel?
Yeah.
You
I
did
checked.
probably, yeah.
I checked out.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was pretending they stole my necklace or whatever. Remember? So.
All right. Well, for all intents and purposes, you do not see the car again that evening.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, this has just encouraged me to get this done so we can get out of this city.
Yeah, we should definitely not go there in this rental car.
Yeah.
Right. This
Right.
also encourages us to be a little more careful than we were going to be.
All right. Yeah, so let's mix up vehicles, make sure that, can we test the glass cutter on something innocuously? I'd like to know how it operates before we try to break into a facility.
Yeah, there's a car over there with some glass
And
windows.
then get a little bit of early evening shut-eye so that we're fresh at 1 a.m. when we head out. Margaret, are we going to try the chant again?
Yes, so we're going for the break-in tonight then, still. Okay.
I think the sooner we get this thing over with, the better.
I'm
'Cause,
already
well-
glad we haven't seen a weird snake cloud descend from a dark sky.
All right. So you're heading back to the hotel. You're probably parking in a different place. You go into the lobby. There's nothing untoward there. You head back up to your rooms. Everything seems fine. You said you're going to get a little rest. You do that. How late are you going to rest before you get up?
I was going to get up probably 11:30.
Okay. So say by midnight you're all ready to go.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yep.
Let's just move it to the point where you've packed your car and you've driven up to the Citadel and you've inconspicuously as possible parked your car nearby and then walked up to the property in your dark clothing.
That's right.
And made your way around the perimeter to the back of the building. So we'll say it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Now you can see that there are a few lights on the top floor, but other than that, well, there's like security lights in the lobby.
Right.
And you can see there's a couple of cars. No, I'm sorry, you wouldn't see that. They'd be in the underground parking. But you can see there's probably one security guard inside at a desk, since the wall is glass, but you're pretty sure with the glare of his lights inside, he can't see outside very well. The mirror works in the reverse in this case.
Okay.
The parking lot has, street lights, but they're not very bright, and if you make your way easily around to the back of the building, and you can see where the power cables come in, and you can see that there is a metal utility door that goes in there, and you can also see for maybe 5 panes on the far corner where the glass comes onto the back side of the building, but it's black. There's no lights on there.
Okay. All right. Well, who's got the cutters? Okay. All right. Well,
so you put the suction cup on.
Yeah, however it works.
Very carefully score it, around a circle. And I'll say that without much trouble, it cuts through the glass.
Should we chant? And there's no alarm immediately?
No.
Should we chant now or chant later?
I say chant now.
Yeah.
Maybe if we all do it together, it'll be more powerful.
Hold hands. I mean, there's 5 of us. We could make a pentagram.
If you think that would help, Dr. Leash, but I doubt it.
Yama, yama, yama.
Yeah.
Wiccans would get a kick out of it.
All right. So you've said the chant. You all feel invigorated. You're getting used to this power, this rush of power. You have opened up the window into somebody's office, and it looks like just maybe a phone clerk, or it's just a cubicle.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, step on in.
There's a few security lights, but other than that, the room is pretty dark, and you don't see any people.
All right.
So the question for me right now is, do we want to go to the security guard in the front and try to incapacitate him first so he doesn't notice us using the elevators? Or do we want to just run up the fire stairs and leave the power on and just take everybody by surprise?
I say the fire stairs.
Because I don't think we're going to find an alarm from the fire stairs on the upper floor. I think we're going to find quiet doors so we can reach the top of the Citadel before we're noticed.
Yeah.
It's going to feel really good to run up those stairs. You just wait.
Yeah. Is there I assume there's a phone in the office, and it's a multi-line phone. I'm kind
Yes.
of are any of the lines being used because it'd
No.
be lit up? Okay. All right.
That's a good idea.
So
I wonder if you take the phone off and click on all the lines, would that make all the lines be in use?
I think it'd probably just be one line at a time. We'd have to hit multiple offices.
Yeah, and that would.
Yeah.
I mean, the security guard probably isn't paying attention to his phone right now, but
He would if all the lights lit up.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I was looking for more if someone was maybe on the line. All right. Fire stairs?
Yep. I don't know
What floor?
about running. I don't know about running though.
Yeah.
You might
What
want to just walk up.
Yeah. What
Quiet.
floor was the book and the statue on?
8.
Top floor, right?
Everything's on 8. His weird
All right.
shrine, his little museum, and his
little
quarters.
house, where he lives.
Do you know
Well,
where? Do you know where? In relation to the room.
Well,
fire stairs come
I know from where we came in as the tour, there was a following room that was with the shrine to the crab, Alaskan king crab, and then there was his weird museum of religious oddities. Or no, the other way around. Weird museum of religious oddities, Alaskan king crab, dining hall, and we know what door he came into the dining hall from, so we'll know what direction presumably his residence is.
All right. Let's do it. Last one up's got a boa constrictor for a mother. So snake people.
Yeah.
All right.
As we walk up, I'm gonna ask, hey Margaret, you're more familiar with the Bible stuff, right?
A little bit, yeah. Why?
What was part of the curse in Genesis? Something about women crushing the
The head of the serpent.
Yeah. I mean, we got a great 80s
Yeah, but he'll have the power to
right there.
power to bruise, heal, but we can have the power to crush his head. So
All right. So it takes you a few minutes, and you go quietly. They're metal stairs, so it takes a little skill to be quiet. But you get up to the 8th floor. And when you open the door, it looks like you're coming in at the end of a hallway. And the hallway itself is lit like the way a hotel room hallway would be lit. You can see that there are other doors in the hallway. It looks like you came into a spot on the 8th floor that you weren't in before, that these might be a little bit more like private offices for some of the big shots. But you're pretty sure at the end of that hallway there, if you got the building shape right, at the end of the hallway, that those doors will go probably into that library museum sort of section that he had. You think there was like a metal utility door on one side between the bookcases and the displays.
Okay. Any cameras?
No.
Okay.
Do the
Can we
doors
reach the ceiling?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Can we reach the ceiling?
The
Or
ceiling,
can we reach where the lights are?
if you reach up like this, yeah, I'd say the ceiling is probably, 9 feet?
Okay.
Would be average. So you can touch the ceiling, and the lighting is recessed fluorescent.
Oh, okay. Darn. Because if there were bulbs, we could have unscrew them slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he might be able to see better in the dark than we can.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
that's true.
Light might be good.
Do the doors swing into the hall or into the rooms?
They swing into the rooms.
Okay. And as we go there, any the rooms have more light coming under the door sill? Like
No.
No.
In fact, there's sort of some glass fronts on the rooms, and you don't see any lights on.
Okay. All right. Move along, and
And it doesn't sound like anything except HVAC. There's no music playing. There are no voices.
You don't hear anything.
It's still as a tomb, really. 2
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. Okay. So I think if I've got my bearings, that there should be a door down here to the left that will lead us into his cabinet of curiosities.
all right. And I'm going to be. I'm suspicious with it being snaky. I'm going to try and smell for if I smell reptilian smell, and if it gets stronger, if I do smell it.
Did we notice any doors labeled Lully? Or
You don't. One of the rooms is labeled like security.
Okay.
okay.
Do some of them have, just curiously, do some of them have names and titles of other members of the church, or are they just brown wood?
Yeah, I'll say that they do.
But there's no names that look familiar or interesting. No Finleys.
No.
No ethnic Chocho names.
No. They're all very white bread Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try the door I think leads to his collection.
All right. Do a luck roll No, I take it back. Do a stealth roll. You're trying to open it without making any noise.
No noise.
I rolled a 97.
Okay.
Oh no.
So I was sad that you changed it from luck to stealth, but yeah.
Well, when you
Yeah, it's a stealth.
Wham!
it doesn't make a loud noise, but it definitely makes a clunk. You know, when you sort of push on it, the bar goes clunk like that as it delatches.
And do I hear anything following?
Nothing.
And what's the light? There's just security lights in here too?
Well, you're going to open the door? It's the same room that you guys had dinner in. It's dimly lit. There's still that sort of indirect lighting around the sides. It's lit about the same brightness.
Right, except without the fire and
Right, there's no fire going.
And not all of these are internal rooms that have no glass walls to the outside, right?
Correct. There's
all the places in his private sanctum.
Right.
Okay, so we know from the dining room where the door to the goodies are.
You also notice that the HVAC is turned off. It's rather warm in this room.
Is there a thermostat?
Not anywhere that you notice one.
Well, it's a good thing we brought those fire extinguishers.
Did we notice any wall-mounted units on the way in, or
For the thermostat, no, you didn't.
okay? Huh.
Probably pretty centrally controlled. There was a fire in this fireplace yesterday. Is it warm by the fireplace now? Warm like there was a fire this evening?
Possibly. There's definitely that smell in the air of fireplace
And good wood smoke. So it's real quiet without an HVAC system hum.
Right.
Right. So I'm going to invite somebody else to quietly open the door to the collection room. It's that the crab is between the dining hall and the collections room, or is it the other way around?
It's the other way around. The dining area is between the collection and the big round room where the thing is. Well, it's kind of on the edge of the big round room. So
Right.
You're in full view of the statue when you're sitting at the table.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that was an open area.
Yeah.
So the shrine adjoins the dining area so where he was sitting, he was looking past Carla to the Alaskan king crab during dinner.
The other way around. The king crab was behind him.
Oh.
So you were all kind of looking at it and you found it disturbing.
Okay. And we're in the dining room right now.
Yes. In the main, we'll just call it the main area.
Okay.
And the way that it's lit, I told you the walls are kind of indirectly lit.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seems like the room is dark, but there are pools of light where the dining table is and a pool of light where the statue is. And the collection has its own sort of light.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing is really brightly lit.
So can I look and see if anyone or anything is trying to hide in the shadows, or?
Sure, do a spot hidden.
Okay.
You do notice though that there are double doors on the opposite end, and you're pretty sure there's light coming from underneath them.
There we go.
Well, the light playing off of Desmond's hair is quite dazzling.
This.
Okay, you don't see anything.
Yeah, on a scale of say like 1 to 100, I'm really focusing on a 92.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There are definitely shadowy areas of the room, but you don't see anything there.
so there's the double doors.
That's where he came out of?
And there's the other double doors, yes. And there's the other double doors leading back into the hallway to the elevator
Okay.
going downstairs.
I'm gonna put my ear close to the double door and try
So
and listen.
you're gonna actually cross the room,
Oh yeah.
past the statue.
We came here to fight.
All right.
Well, do we want to go out? Never mind.
Now the ground is all carpeted, so
I'm crazy.
your steps are quiet.
Hey, it's better than metal stairs.
Mhm.
All right. You go across the room to the table. I mean to the doors.
Yeah.
And do a listen roll for me.
Don't fail me now. You failed me now. No. That's a fail.
Well, you think you can hear something. It sounds like somebody talking way far off, and all you're hearing are the S's because it's the sharpest sound,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't make out anything.
How big of a gap is between the floor and the bottom of the door?
Just maybe a quarter of an inch.
Put my head down there and see if I can look.
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I think that we should take the glass cutter and go cut open that glass display with the book, so we at least have one thing secured before things get crazy. If we have to bail, at least we'll have that.
Right.
Look for wires. Low wires going into the case.
Look for wires, cut the glass. If we get the book out before an alarm goes off, I say number 2 is we flare gun the statue.
Let's rock. I don't know if pyrotechnics will work too well on carved stone.
Now, are these double doors, would I push it in or pull it open?
The one going back.
The one where I heard the S's.
They
imagine you'd open them.
They would push open
Okay. All right.
into the room.
Are they two-way?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I'd imagine you'd want it to open out into the room so Lully can do his dramatic entrances.
Oh, or he could do them this way.
Yeah, that's true.
Scarlet O'Hara or something. So yeah. Okay. All right.
Fat, snaky Scarlet O'Hare.
I'm going to stand by the door while you guys go. Now this is how the cutter worked on the outer glass. So I show.
All right.
Hey, Ethan. You might want to load up your gun and keep it trained on the doors.
I'm just being quiet, so I have it. It's already loaded. Oh, you want me to load it with the serum one?
Your call.
You know what? It's pretty quick reload. I'll keep the trank one in, and then the next one in the chamber.
And really, you can snapshot the trank at anything. So
Right, exactly.
yeah, good call. All right, let's steal us a book.
So who's going for the book? Okay.
Headlamps on. I think Margaret and I are going front. Maybe Dr. Liege, who can see.
I'll look for wires.
Look for wires. Also, look at what else he's got in here.
Yeah, because it's in like a shadow box type display.
It's in like a vitrine, right?
So Dr. Mills, you're near the door.
Yep.
Dr. Ethan, what are you doing?
In between where the glass dome would be here and the door is here. I'm standing in the middle so I can keep an eye on.
Okay.
If somebody comes in the other doors or somebody opens the snaky door, Scarlet O'Hara door, I can.
So basically, Lully's door is on this side, and they're at the collection on this side, and right dead center in front of you is the big statue. So you
right. and I don't have
Right.
my back to the statue. I'd rather keep visual on it.
Oh yeah, it's right in front of you.
Yeah, but I don't want to be have my back to it.
No,
You know what I mean?
it's right here in front of you.
Okay.
You'd have to. There's nothing behind you but the way that you came in.
Right. And I'm just ready.
All right. As you guys go into the collection and you go past a couple of the cases to where you saw the narcotic manuscript, you see that the case is open.
Hmm.
The book is not there.
I see. He's reading it.
Crap.
Okay, well, let's go.
Yes, I think he's reading it certainly as we speak.
Okay, then let's just go
Ethan,
right now.
shoot Desmond. He's possessed.
Okay, so we're gonna go back.
The statue is enshrined,
Yeah, it's just sitting there in the middle. Of the
properly sealed away.
Well, it's not
Before we,
sealed, it's
Oh, it's just
sitting
on
in
a,
a special room on a pedestal,
it's just
under
on like a plinth.
right.
Okay.
under a dome of this constellations. Before we
Okay.
kick open the Reverend's door, I just want to stick my headlamp into the other cases and see if there's anything of note.
Nothing.
Just
nothing.
weird Bibles and stuff. Nothing that grabs me. All right. Okay. Who wants to kick open the door? Who wants to kick open?
I will.
I
All right.
think
I've got flare gun.
I've got a fire extinguisher.
I got my crowbar.
I've got a taser
All right. on three. Ready?
and a lamb chop backpack filled with
Okay.
a gas leak.
Three. Three. All right.
All right. I need you to do a strength roll.
Oh, thank God. I can't.
Don't forget your plus 30 from the check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I probably don't need to do a strength roll.
Well, it's a hard. I had to do the math, but yeah, it's so hard with that.
All right. You kick open the door. It opens into a room that's roughly, I'd say, 30 foot square. There is a fireplace and a fire going. There are a number of television monitors. There is no sound other than that. It looks like it's made out like a very nice living room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something playing on the video monitor. There's a couch that sits in front of the video monitor, and what you can see is it's almost like a surveillance tape being taken from a car across the street, but the people that are being watched from the car are the two Wiccan fellows. And you immediately get the impression that the Wiccans were being followed by Lully's security people
Right.
as well.
Okay, and this is old footage?
Yeah, I mean, you
Okay.
can't tell. It looks like it's just a couple weeks old. Maybe not even a week old.
It's
But
not
it isn't
time-stamped.
it isn't like Toronto, right?
It is in Toronto.
Yeah. So
In fact, you see them coming out of the Black Dragon at one point, and you see them from across the street, somebody looking into their hotel room from across the street. And as you do that, you hear a voice from the side that says, "Well, let's see what this is all about." And Pastor Lully steps out of the shadows on the side, and he's like, "You."
that's right.
And
And,
with that, I release the dart.
All right. Do a shoot roll.
And this is the Trank one, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
28. I have a 25, but can I spend luck?
Sure.
I will spend 25. 8, 5, 20. Can I spend 23 luck?
If you want.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I want to do an extreme.
Okay.
Remember, I'm crazy anyway. So what's this?
This is the tranquilizer.
Correct.
All right. You fire the tranquilizer dart, flies through the air, and it hits him right about here in the chest, above his heart.
That brings me down to 32 luck, just for the record.
Okay. It jams into him, and the only reaction he has to it is from the physical hit. You know, he backs up a little bit, and he looks down at it, and he pulls it out and throws it on the ground. And he's like, your tranquilizers won't work on me.
That's
and
what you.
I would like Ethan to do a POW roll.
All right.
All right, Ethan. You heard it.
Fuck, I fell by 1 point.
Okay.
Can I spend 1 point?
Well, no, because I got a hard.
All right.
He says to you, he says, that kind of tranquilizer is for humans. I suggest you use it on your friends. And you find yourself compelled. So the four of you suddenly notice Ethan reloading and turning towards. There's four.
In the meantime, I want to spray Snake Man with my fire extinguisher.
Yeah, wouldn't this technically count as combat? What dex order are we in here?
All right. Well, what are your dexes?
All right.
55.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
I just hope he's got
55.
another regular trank on him and doesn't fill me with azalea poison. 'Cause
Yeah,
that would
right?
suck.
Heather has a dex of 50.
I have 50 also.
55 here.
All right. So I'll go in screen order. It's going to be Margaret, and then Jonathan, and then Heather, and then Desmond, and then Ethan, because you already went. Ethan is turning towards Dr. Liege with his gun.
Okay.
And you can see he's trying to
All right.
fight it, but it's
Can I
like,
shoot myself?
nope,
Okay.
do what you're told.
Okay, so
Margaret's moving forward and
I'm spraying the fire extinguisher at him.
Okay. Your fire extinguisher makes a lot of like this. What are the rest of you doing? Let's see. It's
yeah, so my turn now.
right.
How easy is it to notice that Ethan's gunning for me?
Do a spot hidden.
I mean, he did announce it aloud. The
Yeah.
Reverend.
But I mean, this guy could just be blowing
This
smoke.
is all in the first moment.
Ooh, okay. That's a fail.
All right, so you don't notice him. What are you going to do instead?
Gonna move forward with the taser.
All right.
Just
So
bum
you're
rush him.
with this, you've got a little bit of a distance, so
Yeah. How many feet away is he?
you'll probably be there in the next round.
Okay.
Dr. Mills.
I'm going to charge at him with my excuse me, with my crowbar, and if I can get to him, I'm going to swing.
Okay. That'll take you a round to get close enough to him.
All right.
Dr. Flores, what are you going to do?
I should roll spot hidden to see if I see Ethan turning to attack Dr.
Sure.
Leash.
Sure.
Got a better, yeah, it says regular success, 25.
All right. So you see Ethan suddenly looking dazed and turning towards Dr. Liege with the gun.
I think it would be a bad idea to shoot Dr. Carlisle with my flare gun. So I'm going to scream his name and go to tackle him before he...
Okay. Well, you can do a grapple roll, maneuver. Brawl. Sorry.
Careful, they change names.
One of those, yeah.
10.
All right.
I'm going to take you down.
You see it, and you immediately tackle him.
My hero.
All right. So, Ethan, you are pinned to the ground, and it kind of knocks the mesmerize out of your head when you get hit. But it's going to take you and Dr. Flores around to recover from getting knocked down. So next we go back to Margaret.
All right. Do they seem to react at all to being?
Well, the problem is that now you've obscured everything. You can't even see him at this point. It's just a cloud of stuff from the extinguisher.
Okay, well,
you're not even sure if he's even standing there at this point.
all right. So I'm gonna just ready the fire extinguisher to swing. So if he steps out close to me, I'm just gonna smack him. So I'm gonna wait.
Dr. Liege.
I'm up on him now, right? I'm close enough to try and
think you
or at
are.
least.
You can't see him either. All you see is a cloud of white.
All right. I'm a jab where he was.
Okay.
With the taser.
With your hand, there's nothing there.
All right. Then I'll.
And you're sort of entering into the cloud of fire extinguisher. It's cold.
Well, that's good.
Dr. Mills.
Yep, I'm going to kind of go forward, swinging my arm back and forth, see if I can, since I'm assuming I can't see very well with that.
Do a spot hidden.
All right, change dice. So extreme.
Okay. As you move forward, as all of this is all happening at exactly the same moment. The fire extinguisher, everybody lunging forward. You see the gas from the fire extinguisher shift to the side very quickly, and a blur moves across the room to the other side. And when you look, you can see that Lully has moved over, like at lightning speed.
Right, yeah. Okay. So it'd take me another round to get to where he is now, and he obviously moves much faster than me. Was he? So where I'm going to quickly look and see if he had a coffee table with an open book or something on it.
You don't see anything like that. It's still just clouds of.
All right.
A fire extinguisher.
Then I'm going to try and keep the pressure on him and run toward where he hyperspace to.
Okay. It's Lully's turn. Make it fair. Where'd my dice go? Oh, there it is. All right. Dr. Liege, do a power roll.
Okay. Oof. It's a fail from me.
All right. You suddenly find yourself becoming extremely drowsy. And you hear Lully, but now it's a different kind of voice. It's like Desmond was playing around with, a very snake-like, hissy voice. And he says, "Child's play."
Okay.
Dr. Evans, what are you going to do? You have just started to notice that he's not there, that somehow he's moved across the room faster than you could see. You remember that he ran from the taxi with extreme speed.
Okay. So now he's just over there,
Yeah.
and Heather is going after him.
Yeah. Heather's turn. She saw him move.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of still kind of stay where I am,
Mm-hmm.
ready to just watching him. See if I can time a swing if he tries to jet across the room again.
I forgot. Ethan, what are you going to do? You've recovered. You've gotten back up. You now notice that where you thought Lully was standing, he's now standing over here.
Go for the statue. And I'm going to just try and take another shot at him as long as nobody else is in the way.
Ethan, him, Azalea.
Yeah, I'm loading the Azalea. That's what I had planned to do anyway.
And we're on the floor, so I'm going to, I'm kneeling or rocking to brace myself as I free him from my... He looks okay now.
Yeah,
Your eyes are better.
I don't even get up. I roll over on the floor and just take the, and then I say, go for the statue.
Do
yeah.
Fire.
60 and I have a 25, so.
All right. You fire the gun, and it's almost a ridiculous move, like in a kung fu movie where you fire the gun and Lully just sort of does that, and your dart jams into the wall behind him, and he's like, pathetic. He says, and to hear to think that I was worried.
What I'm gonna do, it might be for the next move, but I'm gonna take the other Azalea one, and I'm gonna sit up with my back to him, break it in my hand, and rub the stuff all over my hands.
All right.
That's what I'll do for my next move.
Dr. Desmond, what are you going to do?
I have no firearm skill at all, but I have a flare gun. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm well braced. And I'm scared, so I think I'm going to shoot at him. Is there a base skill for flare gun?
It's the same for shooting.
It'd be
pistol.
25,
Pistol.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Miracles happen. Not this time. 47 is too much to spend luck on, and it's not going to work on him anyway.
Okay.
So, flare gun.
So, flare gun goes off. It doesn't hit him, but it goes off. And when it does, the whole room is filled with a blinding white light. And you do believe that he reacted to it, because who wouldn't? He still has eyes. So you hear him sort of call out, ah, or rather, as he backs up. Blast you. I'm going to kill you all, and I'm going to enjoy doing it, and then I'll eat your hearts.
We really should go in wired to these things with tape recorders in future. Telepathic thought shared to the team.
Yeah.
Let's go back into order. Dr. Evans, what are you going to do? You can't see where he's moved because you're blinded also by...
Right, I am leaving. I'm going to go into the room that he came from.
Okay. When you step into that room, you find that it is very hot, like 102 degrees, and that there is a large flat rock in the center of the room. Otherwise, it kind of looks like a bedroom.
Okay, is there a book?
You don't see a book. Well, do a spot hidden for me.
Okay. 44 is good.
Okay. You do see a safe on the wall.
How big of a safe?
Like that. With a
What's the combination?
all right, so you're in that
Okay.
room.
Yeah.
Dr. Liege.
Okay, so are the only ways to leave this room into the bedroom area and then the other way,
Or
or
past the big statue towards the collection, or
okay, so that it's only those two routes.
and you don't know if there's another way out inside of his rooms.
Okay.
You do believe that he had a private elevator downstairs, so it might
Right,
come in
right.
back in there.
Okay. Is it, and it's pretty smoky in here now, right? Through the flare and
Well, the flare is actually out in the other room, and the flare is still burning. It's on the floor. It's catching the carpet on fire.
okay. Well, I'm still in the room that we started combat in.
Yes,
I didn't go into the bedroom. So
and you can see that Lully has put his hands like this because he's blinded by the.
okay. So how far away is he? With
Maybe 20 feet.
move 8, can I charge and try and shank him with the taser?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Also, how tired am I feeling?
You're just groggy.
Okay.
Like you think that he was trying some magical spell to put you to sleep, but with the flare gun, it broke his concentration.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't feel like taking a nap right now. All right, so fighting brawl?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because I've got so much in that. I'll spend 5 points of luck to make that a success.
Okay. You cross the room, you leap over a table or a chair. He's not paying attention to where you are. He's got his hands up because the flare is still going. It doesn't just boom and go off. It's going to go for another minute, probably, the blinding that side of the room. All right, you come up next to him and you jam the taser into his side. Now, I want you to do what do we call it? Want to know if you notice something. We're gonna let's do a spot hidden, but it's not for spotting.
Okay. That's a success.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
When you jam your thing into it, there's something wrong with his skin. It feels like you're jamming the thing not into a person's body, but into a leather jacket that they're wearing.
How is he dressed?
Kind of in like evening clothes.
Footy pajamas?
Yeah, they're not really pajamas. It's just a little more relaxing clothing. You get the impression now that it's just for show in case somebody walks in. But you get the distinct feeling that his skin is not his own.
And I think Geen.
And as you hit the button on the thing, you can see that he has a reaction to it, but not to the extent that you would expect him to.
It's not disabling.
Right.
Okay.
He like this, and he's going to swing at you and see if he can hit you with his hand. He got an 87, so he completely misses. Curse on you all.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You freak.
Let's see. Next is Heather.
Does he still look like he's kind of blinded from
Yes.
the flare? All right, well,
They're all a little blinded, so
yeah. I'm going to go over and try and grab a hold of him. I'm a big girl, so that's why I thought Glenn Sandy would like me.
All right, go ahead and grapple.
All right. I'll spend the 2 luck to make it a regular success.
Okay. When you grab a hold of him, you get the same impression that you're grabbing a hold of a man wearing a jacket.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel his body and his muscles slide around inside of his skin.
Ugh.
As you do that, it's almost as if something comes loose. And it's like, at first you think that he is falling down, but you realize that the skin is all sloughing off.
Yeah.
And what is revealed is a snake man. It looks pretty much like a large boa constrictor or a cobra, except that it has arms,
Mm-hmm.
And it has claws, prodigious claws. It has a snake-like face, the snake-like features, and it says, "No, this is not going to happen." And he raises his hands like this, and his body sort of slithers towards the statue.
Yeah.
Margaret. Wait, whose turn? That was Heather. Desmond.
I'm up. Yeah. We estimated the weight of the statue at a few hundred pounds,
No, probably a ton.
a ton and change. And it's on a new pedestal that he had built here,
Right, a stone.
not on the one,
What looks like a stone pedestal.
what looks like a stone pedestal of Rontagoth. I shot my flare. I'm charging with all of my endurance toward Rontagoth to try to push it off its pedestal. And if I can, get it rolling. I'd like to find some glass somewhere that could smash through. I might have to go through some smaller walls first, but let's see. My size is 60. My strength is temporarily 80. So we have to do some math about inertia.
Right. Go ahead and do your roll.
I believe the math is good luck.
You're muted.
I rolled a 60, so with my current strength of 80, that's a success, but only a normal one.
All right. As you run forward and you hit the statue of Rontagoth, it's like hitting a block wall. Maybe it shuffles a little bit as you hit it, but I am going to say you're going to do yourself 1d2 damage. We're going to worry about sanity in a few minutes. All right. Because you all went up here expecting the weird to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethan, what are you going to do?
I want to try and charge him. I have that stuff all over my hands, and I just want to try and gouge out his eyes, mouth, eyes.
His eyes are facing away from you. They're facing towards the statue.
Can I jump on his back, and just kind of get it?
Do a brawl.
He could probably even bite my hand, but I'll just try and rub it. I'm like all out now on this. 35. My fighting brawl is 62. It's just shy of a hard.
Okay. Well, you leap onto his back. You realize that his skin is scaly and hard and dry, and that when you try to gouge into his eyes are hard like glass. You know, they're not just soft. It's like
Right.
covering on them that makes them very hard. And as you're doing this, his hands are up, and he is screaming something in serpentine language. And what you can hear in it is the words Rontagoth. And as he says this, all of the little cracks on Rontagoth's statue, where the parts of it sort of are distinguished, this light begins to shine out that is like ultraviolet. And you can see the statue begin to, the light's getting brighter, the cracks in it are opening, and you all see that whatever this thing is, this Rontagoth, it is beginning to become animated. The claws are detaching from the body of it. The 3 eyes are becoming luminescent. The proboscis thing in the front and the little cilia that's all over it begin to wiggle as if it's coming awake. What do you all do? I think you should do a sanity roll.
Well, I'm
Probably.
I still haven't come back out yet. Do I? Whatever. I'll take one now.
You can do a power roll then, Dr. Evans.
Oh, 20. That's a hard success.
All right. You don't feel debilitated, but you feel like something horrible is happening in the other room.
Okay.
There's a definite pressure coming from the other room. You all feel it.
Okay.
I rolled a 97.
Okay.
Nice. I failed. Not that bad.
I got my second date of the night.
Do a 1d8 if you failed. Do a 1d6 if you didn't fail.
3 points.
8.
Oh, jeez, Dr.
Jeez.
Dr. Mills, roll an 8-sided dice.
3.
And Dr. Mills flew over the cuckoo's nest.
And Dr. Mills, do a 4-sided dice.
Okay. 1.
Okay, Dr. Mills, your reaction is hysterical laughter. At this point, it's insane laughter. You're like it can't get any weirder or worse than this.
What the hell?
Dr. Desmond, how did you do?
I squeaked by on my sanity and took 3 only.
Okay. And Dr.
But I'm right up close to it, and it's starting to move, and I just bashed my face into it.
Right.
Does it seem like it's more movable now, or am I compelled to just shrink back because it's changing?
You're pulling back from it.
Yeah.
Horror. Dr. Liege, how did you do?
The universe is conspiring to prevent me from turning into a mad bomber. I passed.
Right. So you passed. And
Yes.
how many points of damage?
Just 2.
Okay. Dr. Evans, you suddenly hear yelling from the other room.
Okay, so when I rush back in, I'm looking now at Serpent Man. Just
Well, you see the statue beginning to glow, ultraviolet light, and it's beginning to move.
okay, I lose 4 points of sanity. I failed, but only lost 4.
Okay.
But I want to go attack. I came out here to go beat Serpent Guy. So while he's saying stuff, I kind of want to
run. You would have to run towards this thing because he's right in front of it.
And I'm riding.
I'm now confused about scale. Okay.
Well, the Dr. Ethan, you're like looking over, past his shoulder at the thing right in front of you. So.
Okay, so
All right. What do you do, Dr. Evans?
we're gonna make a break for it, but I'm gonna go see. I mean, this is all insane, but I'm gonna latch on the fact that I came here for that book, and I'm gonna go see if I'm strong enough with the endurance chant to lift that safe.
Well, it's built into the wall.
It was built into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
All right. So we'll just say you're standing there.
Okay.
Dr. Liege?
I, Dr. Jonathan Liege, being of sound mind and body, am going to say, "Oh, hell no." And I'm going to get my portable gas leak, portable catastrophic gas explosion out of the backpack.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a round making the fuse as short, but as within reasonable safety as possible, so I
Okay.
can light it, chuck it at the oh hell no, while telling everyone
Okay.
it's gas leak time.
Dr. Mills? You're just standing there screaming. You're laughing hysterically. Dr. Desmond?
I am scuttling away at an angle that will maximize my distance from Ransagoth and Yig spawn.
And,
Hands and knees on the floor, and I've wet myself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. Dr. Carlisle? You are holding on to him, but you're seeing this thing unfolding in front of you. Its giant claws. You're looking almost directly into its face. It has 3 eyes, and it has this huge proboscis that's sticking out in front of it. And it looks terrifying and menacing, and you can feel pressure inside of your head that's sort of eating its way in. What do you do?
Well, I'm down to 18 sanity. I'm on this guy's back. Is there any way I could try and just jam the trank gun into its mouth and pull the trigger?
I don't think that you're holding the trank gun at this point. You
Okay, I would have dropped it. All right. I'm just gonna hold on for dear life at this point.
All right. All right. As you're standing there, this thing levitates into the air, and its arms all come apart, and it has these big, prodigious claws on it. It almost strikes a pose in the air as it's glowing with this ultraviolet sort of light, like a Hindu statue with multiple arms. And you can see Lully, the snake man, is like in ecstatic. He's just like rigid with his hands up like this. And as he does that, suddenly these 2 claws come down and grab Lully by the shoulders. But they also grab Ethan, and they've pinned the 2 of them together. At the same time, the proboscis comes forward and hits Lully in the chest. And you hear Lully begin to scream and convulse. And Dr. Ethan, you're going to take 1d6 points of damage just from the claws ripping into your body and holding you against it.
Tell Jenny I love her.
You can feel
3 points.
Okay. You can feel Lully begin to, or the snake man begin to, what's the word? All the fluid of his body is beginning to drain out, and he's becoming desiccated as he's screaming in agony. But you are pinned to him. What are the rest of the 4 you going to do?
So He has a private elevator. Are there rooms that we haven't entered in back here?
Yes, you do see the elevator now that you're back in.
That's where I'm going.
All
So
right.
long, Dr. Carlisle.
Jonathan, put that thing in my hands and run.
How's the fire coming along from the flare gun in the
It's
carpeted room?
it's spreading out like this, but it's all black in the middle and bubbling. So it's going out, and it's filling the air with the toxic sort of acrylic burning smell.
He doesn't have good carpets? Shame on him.
Polyester.
So Dr. Evans, you've run to the elevator.
I'm hitting the button. When it comes, I'm getting in it and I'm going down.
We don't have time. Put it in my hand and go.
Does Mills have the crowbar still?
Yeah, I probably dropped it when I started laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, giggly Heather.
And
Can I grab
now Heather is just hysterical with screaming and
Yeah.
laughing and
Oh, his God killed him.
Desmond, grab Heather. I'm gonna grab the crowbar and try to take a swing at one of the claws.
Oh, okay.
so you're going to actually try to approach it, Dr. Leach.
Gas mistake?
You can see the bomb in my hand. Don't even worry about it.
All right.
I
Second
don't
Heather.
have much left. Give it to me.
What does me smacking the claw do with the crowbar?
Absolutely nothing. It's like hitting solid rock without any chips.
All right.
Dr. Flores, you've grabbed Dr. Mills. Dr. Mills, you don't resist. What are the two of you doing? Or rather, Dr. Desmond, what are you doing?
I'm dragging Heather toward the nearest evident exit. I don't know whether that's where Margaret went or
No, yeah, opposite.
then we're going that way. We know there's fire stairs.
You're dragging me like cavemen used to.
All right.
Just call me Glansandi.
I'm gonna need a sanity roll for that. Jeez.
Dr. Evans, you have gotten to the elevator. Dr. Heather and Dr. Desmond, you have gotten to the fire stairs going down. Dr. Carlisle, you use the creature staring into your face. It makes another sort of jerky movement, and you feel something rip into your chest, right through the snake man, which is now just a dried husk. And you can feel immediately that it's just the sucking pressure as it begins to suck all of your fluids out of your body.
Got me.
I don't think you can talk.
Okay.
Dr.
Sure, I
Lee-
notice.
You're standing right next to him with a crowbar, banging on him, and nothing's happening.
Okay. Light the fuse and give it to Ethan, and then book it.
All right. Just as one of the other arms comes and snaps at you, and you manage to get out of the way because you got an 89. Which way are you running?
What is the closest?
You can go either way, towards where
Okay.
Margaret went or towards where the others go. In fact, you can probably go to Desmond and Heather.
Did I hear the elevator ding?
Well, they weren't going to use the elevator. They were going to use the stairs. But
Well, Margaret was at the elevator.
yeah, you hear it ding in there.
Yeah, because it should be at the top anyway. So
Okay.
should have just opened.
Okay. I will book it towards the elevator and hope that she held the door open while shouting Godspeed, Ethan.
Do a luck roll, Dr. Leash.
Oh man, I'm taking another picture. This is a 6. This is
Okay. I was hoping for a 99 as
right.
Margaret
Yeah.
just stands
Yeah.
there looking at you as the door goes.
That would be
Alright.
thematically appropriate. So if
I
you
lost 4 sanity. I'm close to just like.
You stick your hand out. The door opens. You get back inside, and you start down.
You really think your bomb's going to do anything to that thing?
10 seconds go by, and boom! Everything shakes. The elevator rattles. You guys on the stairs, you feel everything
probably
rattle.
wasn't a good idea.
But 30 seconds later, the elevator hits the bottom, and 2 minutes later, Desmond and Heather get to the bottom. Fire alarms are going off.
Sprinklers?
Sprinklers are probably going off. When you come running out, you probably see some security guards. They are running outside. You can hear glass shattering. You can hear what sounds like parts of the building maybe collapsing on the inside. And you all run outside?
Yeah.
Say you're together.
Out the back. Just
You
keep
all run outside. And as you turn around and look back,
keep running. Just keep running.
You can see this purplish light shining out of the top of the building. And part of the side is collapsing. As you look back, Rontagoth rises into the air, and he begins moving, in this case, over towards the side of the building, not towards where you are. And he sort of floats down near to the ground, and he starts heading in the direction of the river. And you guys are running. I don't know if you run out to the car. You run back to where your cars are parked. Dr. Ethan, unfortunately, you didn't make it.
And in the tail end of the explosion, you hear, Jenny!
Come back.
And that's where we will end it for tonight. We will assume that you somehow get back to the hotel and you are mentally shattered by what has taken place. All right. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Brian Daly, Keith Craig, Jason Melnichuk, and David Gassaway, with yours truly as the keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 5 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We have a new patron. Now, I hope that I pronounced this correct. Magne Bondcall has contributed $3 a month, and we have told him that we will put it to good use. Thank you very much, Magne. If you also would like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch that bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.